Hello, I am Carrie and I'm back with another collective reading. And today I wanted to get what urgent message we need to know as a collective. Question is, what's the urgent message that the collective needs to know? First, I just want to say thank you so much for being here. Thank you for liking, subscribing. Thank you for watching this video. Of course, I love your comments. I love to hear your feedback. And yeah, let's just dive right into what's going on. Before we get started though, I was hearing this song in my head again by John Legend. I really like that song. It's so beautiful. It's like a ballad that he's singing as he plays the piano. And I looked up the lyrics, but it kept showing me the lyrics to his other song called Another Again. So if you do look up the lyrics, which I recommend, actually I recommend listening to the song. Make sure it's again and not another again. Anyway, this song again is just talking about taking another risk after, already having taken risks before. It's specifically talking about a relationship. So if relationships are what's on your mind, like love relationships are what's on your mind, then that could resonate with you. But honestly, I'm really feeling the energy of your relationship with God and like trusting God again and again, even after all the things that have already happened in your life and what you've already gone through. Because trusting God can be difficult. It can definitely be difficult, and it can make you go against everything that people have taught you. It can make you stand out. It can make you go against the status quo. It can make you, put yourself out there and embarrass yourself sometimes. I felt guided to do this, but why is everybody staring at me like this? I felt guided to speak up, and why are they looking at me like I'm crazy? Like, what? Why is no one along the ride with me? Like, no one is agreeing with me. God, I thought you told me to say this. Why is the outcome this way? And just, trusting and understanding that, yes, somebody had to say something. If everybody's going along complacently and no one's saying anything, it has to be you that speaks up, right? And sometimes it can be really tough to do, especially when you're feeling guided to make some major changes in your life. Things that go against what your parents say, what your boss will say, what your friends will say. Like, really putting yourself out there in certain situations can be scary, especially if you've done it already and you already know what it's going to be like. It's like, I did this last time. It was not fun. I know the outcome was amazing, but the process, I was shook. And you asking me to do this again? Another again? Here we go again. um, so in this reading, that's just what I was getting from the song. But in this reading, I wanted to pull one main card to get the urgent message. And the main card is from this deck, the Keepers of the Light Oracle deck. And we have Krishna Devotion. This card says, trust your spiritual guidance. Your commitment has been recognized. You are loved unconditionally. So this really just goes back to what I was saying before. It's like, you may be guided to do something that like it might embarrass you, it might put you out of your comfort zone, it might make you have to cut some people off, like, things that you don't necessarily want to do, but because you know that that's going to be the next step in your evolution. That's what I see here when I see the Hierophant. But before we move on too far, I want to read this. I want to read Krishna in the deck. Krishna is a Hindu god who is known as Mahavatar, great avatar, and embodies divine wisdom. One of India's best-loved gods, he is an approachable, kind, loving, and supportive guide. He is a peaceful being with a great love for all people and animals. He's often depicted with a cow for a lamb, which is a symbol of innocence, and a peacock feather on his head, which is said to honor the divine feminine. I want to read this extended message. It says, you have a deep spiritual connection and must trust the guidance that's coming through. Your devotion to the spiritual path has been recognized. You may feel as if you've been on a mental, emotional battlefield, but there are sweet messages of hope around you now. Krishna is here to boost your sense of connection to the divine and encourage you to act from your soul. If a decision needs to be made, ask yourself what will honor your soul and those around you. If you can choose the best for all involved, then you will feel even closer to the divine. And again, that was the energy that I was feeling. It's like you trusting trusting your own intuition and your own self. Like, for example, if there's something happening around you that you're not comfortable with, but nobody else is saying anything, it's like, okay, who gonna say something? I don't want to be the one to say something, but who gonna say something? Is it me that's gonna say something? Yes, it's you. You were the one who was feeling uncomfortable. You should say something. It's up to you to stand up and for what you believe in. Another thing, if you're being guided to get out there and like maybe you draw or do art or even create videos and you just make them for yourself and you don't share them with anyone, but you've been drawn or compelled to start sharing them. It's like, okay, now's the time. Trust your guidance. But it's interesting again, even in reading and reading from the deck, it was basically saying, like you've done this before. You've been compelled to do this before. You've done it before. You know the process. You know the outcome. You know how it goes. And that's what I'm getting here when I see the Hierophant. Look at this Hierophant card. This guy, he's sitting here laughing and he is sitting in front of some stairs that go up. I mean, it looks like the stairway to heaven, if we have to describe it. And the look on his face, it just reminds me of like somebody who's gone up there. Like he's already been up there to the top. He knows what's up there. I think that's what's making him laugh. He's like, ha ha, you know, I've been contemplating, I was worried, I was wondering what was up there. Now that I know what's up there, I can rest assured knowing what's up there. And I can help others. Like he's sitting at the bottom of the stairs, leading and guiding others up to the top. But he also knows if he wants to go back, he can. He knows it's not where he's supposed to be just yet, though. It's like, okay, I have the secrets. I know what's up there. But it's my job to continue to sit here and lead people and guide people to know that information. It's really giving me strongly the energy of, Lion King, Rafiki, the baboon. He knew, like he understood things and how the world works, and he was trying to help and lead and guide Simba, even though he was being very stubborn. But he seemed insane almost in the way that he was trying to guide Simba, because Simba's like, why are you doing this? Why are you hitting me over the head? Why are you, speaking in all of these metaphors? And it was really to help lead and guide Simba without, telling him exactly what to do, so he can make his own choices and decisions. And that's the energy that I get here from the Hierophant. I feel like you can either embody this Hierophant energy, or that's just like what you're feeling right now, like the way in which your connection with your higher power is being expressed. You might be seeing things that other people around you don't see. You might be, understanding how things work in ways in which your peers just do not. And it might be hard for you to even exist around them because you're not able to, like, you don't feel like you can just speak clearly and just share this information, because either they'll look at you like you're insane, or they'll just dismiss you or whatever. Like it's some things that you know and understand that you don't feel comfortable sharing yet, but you do feel that pull and you feel compelled to either share it, to do it, or whatever it is. And the urgent message right now is to go ahead. Go ahead. And it's funny, like you may have done this before, you may have shared things before, you may have put your art out there before, you may have done, like, followed God's guidance exactly as it was laid down, and you already, like, you experienced things that you were not, let's say, not quite ready for. Because I feel like sometimes when we stand up as our true divine self, there's things that I won't even say go against you, but like it's sometimes people get afraid and they don't want to hear it. Like they don't want to hear the truth. And so they might, back away from you, or things that you just didn't want to happen. Like friends, you lost friends because of the things that you believe in, the way you believe in, your faithfulness. And you want to keep your friends this time around. You want to keep your life nice and stable this time around. You don't want it to be out of control or whatever happened. But the urgent message is like not to worry, basically. It's like I know before the way things happened. But you now understand the pathway. You understand what happens. You understand what's on the other side. You already know what's on the other side. Following God's advice, or following the guidance from God is going to lead you somewhere better. You know that already. But you could be hesitating right now because it's going to cause you to have to change some things in your life. Or you'll see, like, maybe you're feeling called and compelled to quit a job that you really don't want to quit because you're comfortable there. You're making exactly the right amount of money. Or maybe you're being called to leave a place, like move somewhere different, even out of the house that you're in, that you might, I'm comfortable. I got all my stuff where it needs to go. Why would I leave this place? Why would I start and go seek out some new friends or new place to live or new job? Like, why when I'm comfortable here? You might be getting that energy, and the urgent message is it is time. not even say like right now, surrender right now, but it's like this energy of Queen of Cups, and you see how she's holding her hands up in surrender. This is what's going to help you get through the rest of this. It's like if you just trust that the guidance that you're being received is going to give you even better than what you already have. If you just trust that they're not leading you astray, these messages that you're receiving, this information that you're receiving, it is not taking you somewhere that is going to be worse and make your life horrible. Like, no, just trust and believe that this is for your higher and greater good. This is the reason why you're being compelled to do these things, why you're being pushed forward instead of staying here and being complacent in wherever space you're in, even if it has to do with a relationship. If there's nothing wrong at all in the relationship, but you just feel compelled to leave. Like, well, I feel like our time is done, but there's no, like, no indicators, nobody has cheated, nothing has happened. Why would I leave this relationship? I can't explain this to anybody. How am I going to tell my parents why we broke up? It's like, don't worry about that. Just do. Like, you don't even know what's on the other side, but you do know that it's going to be better. But you would just need to trust that and let it go, which can be a big thing to do, especially in places that we are already comfortable. But I just really get this energy of surrender and allow it to happen. Listen to the guidance that you are receiving and act upon it. You are loved unconditionally, this card says. So it's not that you are being punished in any way. It is not that anything negative is happening to you. Just understand that as things go away from you, you will be like, it must be in balance. This justice card, it must be in balance. As things go away, things are going to come towards you. Just understand that's just how it works. Balance. And then we have the Lovers card at the end, which is just basically saying, which I was saying earlier, like if you believe that this is about relationships, love relationships can totally be. If you're being called to let go of a relationship or let go of a way of thinking about relationships, there's definitely something that's going to come in that's balanced for you. That's what I see when I see the Lovers. The Lovers is Gemini, it is the twins. Yin and Yang, it's like just being completely balanced. Whatever, it's like your divine counterpart, and that does not have to be a relationship. It can be your divine counterpart of a job, divine counterpart of a place to live, divine counterpart of friends, divine counterpart of like your art plus places for like people to buy the art. So it's like the same people who would love your art, you're gonna find those people. It's like just balance. It's gonna be balanced, but you would need to start sharing it outside of your circle. You know, that type of thing. And so the urgent message is there is no need to worry. Like once you get an impulse from spirit and it says, hey, this is something that needs to be changed. This is something that you should do. This is something that you need to stand up and say. There's no need to hesitate and worry about all the outcomes that can possibly happen and worry about everything that you're going to be losing and missing and things not being the way that you want them to be. Like there's no need to worry about all that because everything is going to be brought back into balance. You won't be just losing things. Things are going to come back in for you. And if you remember from before, if you remember those chances that you've taken before, if you really sit back objectively and look at it, like, yes, you may have lost this, that, and the other, but what did you gain? I'm really thinking about the energy of a relationship about like, I remember my last relationship when I trusted God on this relationship because it wasn't a relationship that I had ever, like it was unlike any that I had ever experienced. And I was like, I don't know if this is for me. But even after it ended, I understood that this relationship was not like any other. And it taught me lessons that I had not learned in any other relationship. It seemed like it took me a while to be like, to stop being upset about it changing. And I was like, I trusted your spirit on this relationship and it didn't end up like I wanted it to end up. Why did I have to go through this? And I saw all the things that I had gained from going through that experience, even though it wasn't what I thought it would be. And I think sometimes the person who is watching this, might be holding on to the outcome of the experience and not understanding the things that were gained. And that to me is like true alchemy, If you want to have your dream relationship, but you don't understand the things that are holding you back from achieving that dream relationship, then spirit is going to send you something that's going to help you understand a relationship, a person, a book even. It's going to help you understand why you're holding your own self back from achieving that relationship. And that was the lesson that was learned. So that next time when you step out again on faith from spirit, then you will either learn a different lesson or you may maybe be less than complete. So now this is the person that's coming in for you if we're literally talking about relationships. But I just feel like there's so many aspects of things that we can be talking about, especially because this is a collective reading. It's really just saying trust. When you get the impulse, act on it. Don't sit and worry. Like the sitting and the marinating in the worry is holding you back from what's coming from the other side, the good things from the other side. But also be open to understanding that they're not going to look like you want them to look like, and you might have to be uncomfortable on the way to getting there. So that is your message, the urgent message for the collective. And again, the song to listen to is again by John Legend. It's a really beautiful song, and I think it applies so much in this. Okay, I'll see you on the next one.